morning, everybody. How's everybody doing out there this fine Wednesday? Wonderful Wednesday. Wild, wonderful Wednesday. Cannot wait to get this day started. We are heading to, heading to the office to do a little Wednesday training session. Coco is not here because she was hiding this morning and I didn't have time or the energy to go chase her. But brief update before we get into our topic. She and little Frankie, little Prince Puff and Stuff of Franklinville are doing much better. Not smooth sailing yet, but far fewer hisses than we've been having, and they don't last as long. So now that the other two kitties are gone, they seem to be kind of nuzzling up a little bit to one another. So Frankie's all about it, though. The good thing is he is very resilient, and none of it seems to bother him in the least. He just purrs and bounces from thing to thing. She swats at him and he bounces away. It's all good. So let's hop right into our topic today, which is to ask, what's your mindset? How do you look at things today and every day in your life? I believe our mindset is created by three things. It's created by our DNA, it's created by our raising, and then our experiences. Can we control any and all of those things? To a degree, we can. So we've got to overcome those. But I would just say the ease to which we control our mindset is probably somewhat dictated by our DNA. I know people who were raised in very positive, wonderful homes and somehow can be the most negative Nellies on the planet. So there's something, I believe, in their DNA that just brought them here that way. I had two babies. One baby came here chuckling deep belly laughs. The other one came here going they literally, that was the two out, you know, it was in their DNA. They popped out that way. And you see that personality follows them through as so far still in life. So we've got our DNA to deal with. We've got our raising, which is a huge deal. If you're raised by negative or paranoid parents, it's much more difficult, not impossible, much more difficult to put yourself in a right state of mind. Am I right? So that's something we have to overcome. If we were blessed with positive, upbeat, put your big girl panties on and pull yourself up by your bootstrap, you know, make your own destiny parents, then we should thank God and thank our parents for that. And then number three, experiences. Obviously, some people have been through some really, really hard things and other people haven't. So the more hard things you go through, the more challenging, still not impossible, it is to always have a positive mindset. Super important. What got me thinking about this today is a brand new song. How many of you listen to country music? Hello, Pamela from Maine. How many country music fans do I have in the house today? Mr. Luke Bryan, who is pretty amazing, has a great song that my daughter Savannah, who thinks a lot like me, played for me the other day. She goes, "Oh, you're going to love this song. You should listen to it." And it's, I believe most people are good, and most mamas ought to qualify for sainthood. Can I get an amen on that one? But the whole tenor of the song is most people are good. If you start with the mindset of most people are good, they're not out to get you. Even when you get crossways, there's usually a reason. They either feel like they're maybe a mama bear backed into a corner protecting their cub. They're fearful of something that's happening. They've had a bad day. There's usually a reason. There aren't a whole lot of bad people out there. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm not going to spend my life playing to the bad people. I'm going to spend my life celebrating and being comfortable around and enjoying the good people. And as Luke Bryan says, I believe most people are good. Now, another example I thought of as I was in the shower this morning. You know, for example, look at this big bump I've got in the middle of my forehead. 51 years old. I should not have a pimple in my forehead. I don't know what's going on with that. But that's okay. I choose to believe that that's there to remind me that I'm youthful and still have acne. I don't know what it is, actually. So, okay, here's a great example. In pageant days, back when Celie was doing pageants, she made it as high as when she was 15 years old. We went to Miss Texas Teen, and she made top 15 and was the only 15-year-old to make top 15 out of 106 girls. It was a huge accomplishment, extremely difficult, all wonderful young ladies, and they worked very hard for it. There were other pageants she did where it was a small pageant, and we really felt like she was the obvious shoe-in, and she wouldn't get it. Part of her training was, if you do pageants, you're not going to win very often at all, actually, right? You're not going to win. So you have to learn the mindset of thinking, you know what? Today's not my day. That's what they grilled into you. Today wasn't my day. But the young lady who won needed it more today than I needed it. And I thought that's a great way to look at it. It may or may not be true, but it makes you feel better. the young lady who won needed it more than I needed it today. So I thought that was a fantastic experience. Similarly, Celie right now, as many of you know, wants so badly to do ROTC and join the Army. And she has a medical condition where it doesn't affect her today, but she had back surgery at 12, and so she couldn't get a waiver to join the Army. So she's very sad about that. However, I told her I know one thing for sure, which is something will happen where you will either get in the Army or we will all look back in 5 years and go, whew, thank goodness that didn't happen, because now, fill in the blanks. And it's going to be something great. And when you live your life knowing that's going to be the way. My older daughter, this is a great example. My older daughter, when she was at Pepperdine, she got into a sorority. And at that moment, she wasn't sure it was the sorority she wanted based on where her friends were. You know, it's always based on what your friends are doing. But it's what she got, and so she knew that it would work out and it would be fine. So she goes to another school where that is the best of the best sororities that are incredibly difficult to get in, and she was welcomed with open arms. Now she's come home to Fredericksburg, and that is pretty much almost the only sorority that is active and has welcomed her and made her part of the family. And she goes, any other solution there would have been horrible. This was the perfect place for me. I cannot believe how fortunate I am to be part of this sisterhood. And at the moment, it did not seem like the right answer. So that's where faith comes in a lot of times. Believing people are good. Believing that the outcome is for your benefit. And if you can do those things, you're going to be way ahead of the game, guys. Because guess what? Even if it doesn't work out well, you spent your time in the meantime happy and assuming it would. You know, my theory is whatever you're worrying about today is not what's going to get you anyway. It's not what's going to get you. It'll be something else. So why are you worrying about it? I'm going to end real quickly as we go into our Wednesday training at the real estate office here with my favorite saying that I think I need to make a t-shirt with this. Life is short, life is long. So we got to remember that, right? Take advantage of every minute. Life is short, so it could be over tomorrow, so live every day to the fullest, but life is long. Remember, you may have 50, 60, 70 years, who knows? So plan to do great things. Don't settle for where you are right now. Life is short, life is long, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Love y'all. Bye.